give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
Welcome back to Darlington Raceway, the scene of probably the craziest race in Season 1. If you guys all remember that finish, that was quite the show at the end there. Hopefully we have a little bit more of a tame race. This time we're at the exact same track version as last time, so I expect a little bit of craziness, but not too much. We're here for the qualifying race. We're going to be doing 19 laps here. That's 5%, so slightly longer than what we've been seeing for the rest of the qualifying races up to this point. It's just a little short of 26 miles here. So quite a decent amount of time for these drivers to get sorted and fill out the rest of our 30 car field up to 40, so top 5 will advance. We can see the 92 Chris Green is leading the practice charts here. We'll see if that can transfer onto the race. But as we all know, appearance at Darlington, single lap speed doesn't count for a lot here. You need good pace overall for the whole stint, or in this case 19 laps, which is about 2/3 of a fuel run. Let's try figure out who's gonna fill out the rest of our field. Let's go to qualifying. See who starts on the pole for qualifying. We got Carson Hubbard on pole. We got Love Jr. on second. Ramirez third. Wright fourth. Jacobs fifth. Gallagher sixth. I think he's won the last 2 qualifying races, so be interesting to see what he can do. Chris Green, like I said, led our practice charts. He's now 7th, and we got Yoho in 8th, Dreyer 9th, Peterson 10th, and McCoy filling out the remaining spot there, about half a second back from our pole sitter. So this is always the hardest part of my day, is to find a sweet spot on simming just before they get the cue to start engines. 27 seconds. I think we'll deal with it. We'll talk for the whole 20 seconds here. I don't want to miss any of the race. We got one new paint in this race anyway. We can get to it with a decent camera angle. You can see the Black's tire, number 20 of Alex Dreyer. He this is the whole team in itself through both races here. You'll see kind of a Days of Thunder theme. Pretty cool what he did throughout the 4 cars he has. So the 3 trucks and then the 1 Xfinity. You can see it throughout the race. We'll go through it obviously once we get to the main. But that's pretty much the only new one we got for the qualifying race, so I just thought I'd show you that now. Like what he did with the color choice of the sponsor with the actual car base, so pretty cool. I like pink cars. They stand out quite a lot. See if the Avalanche Territory Racing Team can do something in this race. Been a while since they've had more than 1 truck in the field, at least for a points paying race anyway. Carson Hubbard qualifying for the previous race. Watkins Glen, good little road racing pedigree there. Track like this, very technical track, requires some finesse, so maybe that finesse is transferring over to the ovals. Actually quite a few I think with the exception of the 31 and the 96, everyone's pretty much the same as they were in the qualifying rate. Not in the right order, mind you, but the top 6 of those 6, they all transferred over from the qualifying race at Watkins Glen, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, pace car is definitely set to crawl speed. We are green for lap 1 of 19. Qualifying race, as usual, we will mainly focus on the transfer spot, the final transfer spot. But for now, let's just enjoy the views of this beautiful Hero Toyota Tundra. God, I love the colors on that. Right. See, the low line was definitely the preferred line. Start these things off here. 96 snuck in front of the 9. 34 dropping back quite a ways since the start. Ian Wright looking to make his, I believe, 2nd start here at Darlington. We're on lap 2 now. 92 is on the final transfer spot. These 2 are teammates here, the 92 and 96. A couple teammates in this race. I know we talk about this every race. We got the 9 and the 89 here. 92 and 96, both sets of teammates looking to transfer. 34 and 45 as well. 14 McCoy, he impressed in his single start so far this season, but been able to crack the top 5 once. Virginia is not in this race. She is, I checked, so Alex Dreyer was the highest where is Alex Dreyer? Alex Dreyer was the highest non-charter team to be put in this race, and there's about a 20-25 point gap between him and Virginia, who is next on the chopping block here to make one of these races. So a little bit of a comfort zone for Virginia for now over Alex, but see how long that lasts. As the 0 kind of is getting shuffled back now. Like it's Avalanche Territory Racing 3-4 and GRV Motorsports 1-2. 0 gets shuffled down to 5th now. He'll be in the transfer window, but just. .34 of Wright at Bucky's Dodge Ram. Wants to make his 2nd start. Carson Hubbard is 41st in points right now. I think if he can continue to make races, he's probably the highest of the drivers that that hasn't started the season as a full-time driver. So with some luck and some good finishes, I think that Zero might be able to get into that top 35. Time will tell though. Race 8, 17, so we still got 11 races to go. Sorry, 10 races. When he's starting to gain a little bit on the 34. Number 8 looking to make his first start. That's JD Yoho. Failed to qualify. Hawkins Glen. Very poor showing. They're looking to rebound. Maybe he's more of an oval kind of guy. The 31 struggling a little bit. 45 and 14, they're not making much progress. If they keep fighting with each other, that's just going to make things worse for them. Got a bit of a train happening here. Top 5. Zero of Hubbard might have just pushed a little too hard at the start of this race, and it makes a world of difference if you run hard the first maybe 2-3 laps on these tires. Basically like a qualifying lap, your long-term pace is really gonna suffer. The trick is to try and keep the tires as cool as possible for as long as possible on these types of abrasive tracks. And once you kind of settle in, and I'd say maybe about halfway through the stint, then you can start to, you know, try a little harder, make up some time. E9's getting shuffled back. The 2 Avalanche territory trucks move into 2nd and 3rd, break up the teammates of Ramirez and Jacobs. Kind of slowed everybody else up, allowing the 34 to catch back up to the 0. Lap 12 of 19 now, just ticking off quickly. I think we'll be doing, I want to say 72 laps for the main race in trucks. So it will be a 2 pit stop. And hopefully there's no post-race or late race drama on the last restart of previous season. That was almost unbelievable the way that one finished. Like Hubbard settled into a nice rhythm now. Not really gaining, not losing time on the other 4 trucks in front of him. Right there, if anyone makes a mistake, it will be there to scoop up the scraps with that 5th place. See the second group here. About almost 3 seconds back from our main pack, so unless there's somewhat of an accident, I don't see any of these trucks advancing, which is a shame because that'll break up that Days of Thunder theme. WK. Looks like Chris Green is set to make his first start. It's been a while since that 92 truck has made the field, I think since race 2. There goes the 0 on the 96 of Love Jr. Now the 34 of Wright. Looking to take advantage of this. I think he was just a little too far behind the 0 to really get under the 96. Hit lap 16 now, 4 to go. 96 is holding the final transfer spot. I was saying earlier, the 92 has failed to make the race the last 6 races since we started qualifying events, and 96 I think has only made around two starts since that, so it's been a tough showing for ATR. I'm just gonna call him ATR, Avalanche Territory Racing. ATR. Let's try and get acronyms for all these teams. Like Hustlers Racing, Inc. HRI. They do in NASCAR, right? With the longer race teams, they just abbreviate them. Here we go now. Lap 18 and the 0, 96 and 34. 3 trucks battling for the final 2 positions in this qualifying race. The 9 and the 89 and the 92 all about 5 car lengths ahead of these guys. So again, unless there's some sort of accident or mistake on their part, it will be right here is where we're going to watch. 0 getting a good exit. 34 is just right there. He was just at the... Just wasn't close when it counted. Kind of cost him a chance to get under that 96 and take that spot away. Looks like the 0's back up with the leaders again. We're on the final lap now. Time flies. I just lost track of like 3 laps there. Here they come around the final corner. It looks to be the 96 is going to get that final transfer spot. Finally, ATR gets 2 trucks out of the qualifying race, 3 in the main. RV Motorsports will have all 3 of theirs in, and Low Car will have all their 2 trucks in the main race. Unfortunate for Wright to just miss out. He was right there. I was just have a mixture of qualifying on the outside line and just not being behind that 0 car when it mattered, when the 0 got under the 96. Get that position. But overall, not a bad qualifying race. Looking forward to the main event. I'm just going to quickly write down our transfer trucks. We'll get on to the main show right now. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, we are back now for the main event here at Darlington for an unofficial throwback race in the truck series. This will be race number 8 of 10 in the regular season. Then we will start our playoffs. Looking to be a very close race for the playoffs. Remember, there are only 12 trucks advancing, and had a couple winners. Let me just check for confirmation on how many different winners we've had so far in the truck series, but it's been quite exciting so far. We've had 5 different winners, no, sorry, 6 different winners that are eligible for the playoffs, so that leaves just the top 6 in points without a win. It's a very small room for error for the rest of the 3 races that remain in the regular season. We've saw quite an interesting qualifying race happen just now. We had the 9 win it, followed by Chris Green making his first appearance in the season, 3rd appearance for that 92 truck. Finally breaking the barrier getting in the show since qualifying races started. Then we have John Jacobs, Carson Hubbard, and Keegan Love Jr., who also qualified for this one. Unfortunately, for the remainder of those guys, they did not make it, but hopefully they can try again at the next one. I think we're at Knoxville. I think we're at Knoxville for race number 9 in the truck series, so that'll be a little bit of a change of pace, different scenery. Very interesting to see how these guys get on the dirt. We got Tristan here cooking supper, watching the race. Don't really know who to watch right now. We can take a look quickly before we do qualifying. See the remainder of the Days of Thunder themed trucks. 25 here, Brody Walker. I think this was the mellow yellow car in Days of Thunder. The 20 of Alex Dreyer, who did not qualify, was in the, I think, Flow something car. I want to say Flow car, but that's Mike's team. And then the 80 of Charles Baker here in the other one. Love it. There are a few more themed trucks out there, but we will get into that as this progresses. All right, let's go to qualifying. Mike Carroll. Looks like this is Flowcar's jam here. I think Mike Carroll did well in the other Darlington race last time we were here as well. Attitude Motors on the outside pole with Callum Johnson, who I think is going to start going on a roll. He's very much due for some good finishes, and this team has just maxed out their aero department for this race, so get ready for some pure dominance from Attitude, at least on the aero heavy tracks. I don't think this one's a very aero heavy track, but it's going to be fun to watch. Attitude trucks as usual. We got Catalina Schwartz in third. Love Jr. Again, I'm telling you something about those qualifying races. I say it every time, but more often than not, you see one of those 5 qualifiers qualify good in the main race, or they'll finish good, and it's I'm starting to think it's not a coincidence. Got Hughes in 5th. We got Jacobs, another qualifier, in 6th, Donovan 7th, Ben Gordon in 8th, Chase in 9th, and Shetner rounding out your top 10. I'll scroll down quickly so you guys can all view the remaining trucks. 40 truck field here. Any notables further down? Got Hubbard down there in 37th, Gill, who's starting to struggle quite immensely, in 39th, Virginia Brock kind of close to the chopping block when it comes to qualifying races, right down there in 40th. She'll have her work cut out for her in our 74 lap race. Did I see 74? Gotta go back here. 74 laps. Pit sequences are around 30 to 35 laps. So we will certainly see two stops in this race, which is a bit unusual for trucks, as we normally have just the one, but we're going to be treated with a 2-stopper today. Of course, if the trucks go 70 laps, just have to pit for a quick splash for the remaining 4. Maybe some teams will try and risk it. We saw last time, didn't work out. For a lot of those teams, there was carnage on the last lap. It was just something I've never seen before in this game. From the AI anyway. So many trucks running out of fuel, coming to the green flag on the final lap. Turns 2, turns 3. It was just crashing everywhere. Christian Grace ended up winning that one. Kind of a shocker. We got Callum Johnson in an official Loves truck instead of the traditional lows that he's been running. Maybe this give him a little extra speed here. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's going to be the permanent paint for the rest of the season, or if it was just for a throwback. Either way, I think it suits more like the sponsor. It makes more sense that it's yellow instead of blue, but hey, that's just me. Sorry. Hey, Carroll leads us to green. Get out of turn 2, nice. See those trucks still trying to get sorted out. We'll see them all string out shortly. You don't want to be side by side here. There is just way too much time lost. See the 89 dropping back in a hurry. From those qualifying races, you could really see lost the 34 spot in this race. Of course, this race is a bit longer, so drivers have more time to make up for any lost ground at the start. But you know, you want to get off on the right foot. That 43 of Shetner kind of struggle there in turn 1. So here we are on the 26 here of Jennifer Johnson, and this is kind of what I wanted to wait for to show you guys. Hope Torres did a pretty cool, not so much a throwback, but just more of a remembrance. I believe the theme for this whole Team Xfinity N Trucks is Lost in the Name of Safety. And what a cool tribute this is. Got each truck has a different paint on it to commemorate some of the fallen drivers that we've had in all types of motorsport over the last little while. And this one, I believe, is Jules Bianchi from Formula 1. Lost his life just over 10 years ago, I believe. That truck is painted like the team he raced for during his fatal accident. I think it was the HRT team. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was HRT. That's pretty cool. See if we can go right to the next one. There's the 7 here. And this one is the, yes, I remember the F2 tragedy that happened a few years ago with Anthony Hubert, another French driver of the pink BWT. I can't remember which team he drove for in F2, but looked very much like the Racing Point cars did last season. That's pretty cool. And we'll go to the 99 here. And forgive me, Hope, I can't remember all the drivers. Might have to check my cheat sheet here. This orange one, yes, the Billy Sharp is honoring Dan Weldon, who lost his life in an IndyCar race. I think it was Las Vegas. About 7 years ago. That's pretty cool. We'll do this again in the Xfinity. There's 2 more drivers that we're honoring here, but yeah, very cool. We'll go back to our race lead. And Carroll kind of getting shuffled down the pack a little bit. Callum Johnson leading this thing. Keith Hughes right behind him, and doesn't this ring a little bit of a familiar bell from Sunday night's truck race at MOT at Homestead? Attitude Motors and Hughes Motorsports going at it, 1 and 2. Hope the outcome might be a little different for Hughes in this occasion, but just thought I'd bring that back up and maybe stir the pot a little bit for these 2 team owners. Matt doesn't recall. Lap 9 of 74. Time flies when you're having fun. Hughes getting shuffled back. Looks like Lily Holmes, a teammate. Johnson wants to make an attack now on her teammate here. I must say, Attitude Motors is just, they're just walking away with everything this season. Matt told me at the beginning of the season they want to push and put all their resources towards their truck program. You want to win a championship. You know, at the very least, because, you know, the Drivers' Championship's pretty unpredictable coming into Phoenix. You never really know who's going to win. Sure, you have your favorites. You might, you know, the odds on a favorite are pretty good usually in motorsports, but not always guaranteed, and that's kind of the point of this system NASCAR implemented to kind of spice things up in the final race. You never really know who's going to win it until front stretch of the front stretch of the final lap of the season. But man, are they ever walking away with the team championship here? And rightfully so. The amount of money he's put into this is crazy. If he wasn't doing well, I would start to question my methods. But they got nearly a 30-point lead on the team points over GMS. I think they're about 37 points above them. And thanks to Attitude Motors, Chevy has not a comfortable lead, but a solid lead, 6 points over Dodge in the Truck Series. So, gotta thank you for that. You might put a little extra coin in the rest of our Chevy's pockets. So that's kind of cool. We can see the two Avalanche Territory trucks sneaking themselves in the top 10 here. Callum Johnson, again, similar to what we saw in the qualifying race with Hubbard, might have just pushed a little too hard at the start of this race. He's sliding back now, about 1.5 seconds behind his teammate. And under attack now from Love Jr. Through the field, let's see what else we got brewing around this bad boy. Sorry, camera angle malfunction. 83 of Shaw. Then a qualifying race. I think that was just the thing he needed to light the fire under him. He's been doing well since he kind of got pushed into that qualifying race, so good for him for getting a wake-up call. Badly for a top 10 today. What else you can do is you can see all three Jarvie Motorsports trucks lined up. They're in the 12th, 13th, and 14th position. Guerrero here in 15th. And a nice quiet day. See how the rest of the afternoon turns out for him. He hasn't had too much luck as of late, so I'm sure team owner Dave Grubb is not holding his breath until the final lap. Baker here, following his way up the field slowly. 41 will be Foster. Been a good rookie season, you know, nothing too crazy, off the radar. Almost kind of want to be like that. You don't want to make too much of a splash in your rookie season. Here's our point leader, Danielle Baker. Uncharacteristically low in the field currently, in 18th. If she can make that up in no time, we'll see. A couple yellows. Be right back up there fighting for the lead, I'm sure. Well, 5 seconds behind, so I mean, good pit stop, good strategy. She might be right back in it. We have our senior veteran Chris McRae looking to take that 18th spot away from Baker. Not going to get under her, at least this time. Alvarez here, he's having a great season. Top 5 in points, I think. This has been a nice addition for the Winter Air team. Just the spark they needed for their truck program. I know Vince Curtis in this one truck had a pretty good season. Looked like he was going to win a race or two and just couldn't put the whole thing together. I think Alvarez has done the same for this track, but I just like the consistency coming from this team right now. They look very stout and one of the better pit crews, if not the best pit crew in the field. So that could always play a huge factor in the playoffs. Jennifer Johnson already here. In 21st. A teammate right behind her. Got the other two from HRI. Trucks right behind him. Andrew McAvoy, that is. Got Noah Cole and Tanner Woodward, the two youngins on the team. Sure, they would like to be a little higher in the field by now, but you know, lots of racing to go. Just almost a third of the way through. Sure, things will change after the first pit stop. We'll see. Aiden Wright having a terrible season up to this point. Just hasn't been able to pull a whole race together. Had some bad luck. He got a win last season. That win actually helped Wright into the playoffs. But without that win, I don't think he would have made it anyway. So Wright looking for another Hail Mary play before the season's up. Of course, we're going to a short dirt track next, and then Daytona again. So I wonder if the streak will continue with Matitude at Daytona. We'll see. Jonathan Dennis in here in 26th. Mr. Chevy. We have Brody Walker, Daniel Gill, Jess Hanna, quite lower than we're normally used to seeing him. Tina Ferguson in the 30th spot. Not officially a teammate, but unofficially teammates. Julia Powell right behind her. Tristan Grace. Where is Tristan? 32nd. Hubbard. Fallen way down since the start of Green Flag. Started top 5. Now 33rd. What's happening with Hubbard? You can just see these trucks slowing up. It's a combination of tire wear and traffic. These stock cars don't handle well with worn tires. Around this place, it's quite hard. Greg Shetner here. 43. O'Reilly Auto Parts Dodge. We're quite high up in the points, so this might hurt his point rally. Virginia Brock here at the tail of the field, so she hasn't made up any ground since the start, really. The 99.44 near the back, as well as the 3. Not sure if there's something to impede the 3's progress, but not very fast right now. Go back to the front. Lily Holmes has taken over the lead officially. Keith Hughes right behind her. He's having a great day, and here we go, our pole sitter, Mike Carroll. Right up there. Oh, Jason Donovan. Our nice top 5 today. Elena Schwartz has stayed close to the top 5 since the start, so he's on point for another good finish. Second group here looks like the motorsports guys are kind of coming up in a big pack. Two ETR trucks are right there as well. Chris Green making a great impression as Green comes down pit road. Make the first pit stops. We got Keith Hughes there. Keith, good strategy call. We're at lap 30.
I would say if we're gonna make 2 stops, you wanna come in closer to the opening of the pit window, not near the end. Especially for a track like this, you want 4 tires fuel pretty much every time you come down pit road. It's Keith, 4 tires and fuel, likely the call. The 24 truck stay out an extra lap. Not sure if that's going to work out too well for him. Unless there's a caution, of course, but I wouldn't make that kind of call. You're going very slow at the end of this run. Hughes is on his way. No traffic whatsoever. This is going to work a treat for him, as that 17 had a bit of traffic coming in. He was our race leader for this round of pit stops. We'll keep an eye on her and Hughes to see who's going to come out as the new leader. My guess will be the 82. Here goes Holmes. He is released from pit road speed. Very flat apron. It is a very difficult pit road to get onto. There goes Hughes right here. Looks like he can't do it. Oh, maybe he can. I want to get in front of her. She'll have fresher tires now. Not a great exit for the 17. 82 gets the advantage now on the high side. Who's going to take the lead coming out of turns 1 and 2? Looks like Holmes will clear the 82 now on that low line. Just an update on Tristan's dinner. His spaghetti is done. Carroll keeping 3rd position. Now we got a bit of a gap formed between the leaders here. Looks like that 84 truck pulling down quite a bit. Where is the 84? Wow, way down there. Johnson had a poor stop apparently. Now 18th, 10 seconds back. That is not good from Attitude Motors. Looks like they have the speed, they just don't have the pit crew. Seems like every time there's always one truck that just doesn't seem to get it done on pit road. Thankfully for Matt, the 17 got off nice and clean. Guess that's the one that matters. Just checking the points right now. Like, Attitude only has 2 wins in the first 7 races, which does, you know, it sounds like a lot, but considering I would call them probably the best truck team right now, at least, you know, stat-wise, upgrades and whatnot. 2 wins, I'm sure Matt's a little disappointed with that, and both coming from point leader Daniel Baker, so Holmes and Johnson have failed to produce for the season. Hoping that changes today for him. We'll see. He's hot on the 17's tracks, not going to let that 17 walk away easily. Man, seconds. Great Ricky Bobby once said, if you ain't first, you're last. Strongly adhere to that philosophy. E2 of Green. Not a great performance. We've seen great performances from first-time racers this season. Christina Ferguson, sorry, had a great showing at Homestead, and then we had Adrian McCoy get a top 10 in his first race, and then most recently, leave Wright so had a great first race. Keeping that trend alive right now. This team needs a good result. They've just been absolutely thrown to the wolves the last few races, and Jess Hanna has voiced his frustration. See Foster right behind, also having a great day. Donovan, couple rookies in the top 10. You love to see it. Look at that, Charlie Motorsports. 1, 2, 3. Once again, we're all in the top 10. They've been pretty much inseparable whole race. McRae now making some positions up since the pit stop. Looks like the 13 made up quite a few positions, and that 48 of Johnson came out of the pits in 18th, now in 14th, gained about a second on the leader. So Johnson is on the move. Traffic might impede that march toward the front. 2 and 26 making up some ground since the pit stop. 5 truck points leader here, not having a great day. The truck just isn't handling the way she wants it to. Baker is mostly known for faster super speedways, but seen her in the front on speedways as well. Short tracks too. Now up to 17th. Alvarez follows her. Guerrero losing 2 spots in one corner. Hubbard starting to make up some grounds now. He had a good qualifying lap. All the way down as low as 33rd, I believe. Made his way back up to 20th for now. See if that long-term speed is there for that zero car. We kind of saw it in the qualifying races. He would start strong and then fade back a little bit as the races went on. Did the same thing in the first stint for this race, so let's see where he ends up before the next pit cycle. 2 team trucks here of Don Cohen and Gill. .33 of Noah Cole had was in one qualifying race, advanced, and then kind of jumped up the standings in that race, and he's been kind of leaning on that cushion since he's been able to do that, and he's kind of putting on average performances again. Because Glenn, I don't think, was too kind to him. Darlington's going to be the same way. Guess Hannah right behind Cole. You guys are fighting for 23rd and 24th, and we got Trip Chase right behind them. Just a train of trucks getting held up. 42 and 39. Like Brock made up quite a few spots now. Finally, she's up to 26th. See if that lasts. Just be a result of some poor pit stops by the rest of these guys. Scroll through the field. Looks like Shaw had a terrible pit stop. So King's been kind of riding around in the back of Billy Sharp here. Egan Love Jr. must have had a bad stop. He was around the top 10 before. Still 40th is Casey Weber. Want to look into some upgrades. Keep competitive. Casey hasn't had a great season up to this point. Much bad luck. Just seems to be pace is off. Guy. See, it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Upgrade the truck and find some more speed there. Now showing the leader once again. Lily Holmes up to a 1.7 second lead over Keith Hughes. Carroll in third. I'm not going to focus too much on Mike Carroll because a couple times I've been talking about him or showing him on screen, and let's just say Lady Luck didn't like that I was giving him attention, so we'll try and stay away from the broadcaster's curse. Gained a little bit for 10th last lap, so you're kind of sticking together. Let's see. Adelina Schwartz looking to make that third position now. So, Jack Foster in the 5th position. Having a great run so far. 2 rookies here, 5th and 6th. Chris Green sticking with him in 7th. Bit surprised to see only one Matitude truck in the top 10, and that is Lily Holmes in first. I know the 48 was fast and still is fast, but poor pit stop put him way back. Still in 14th. Hasn't been able to gain or lose any positions there, but he lost about 2 seconds now since we last saw him. 11.5 seconds back, and we got a red flag, yellow on the track. I'm seeing red flags. I'm assuming that's yellow. We got a caution. Saw that 80 truck on pit road. A bunch of field up. Looks like the 80, only one that seemed to be slow, and everyone's gonna love this except for the 17 truck. Quickly see what the cause of the yellow was. I believe it was the 80 of Charles Baker here. This is his last completed lap. Coming out of turn 2. And he just comes to a complete stop. Looks like there was a... What happened there? That looks like he missed pit road. I thought maybe we'd duck down to pit road, but I think that truck just lost power. I don't see any smoke or anything. So that was the cause of that. Had to get a tow. We now have pit stops happening. Should be our last set of pit stops on the day. They're not going to be green flag stops, so we will have to make do with some caution drama here on pit road. Bunch the whole field up. Just going to be traffic. Lily Holmes in a very deep spot. Yep. Here's your race off pit road. The 82 of Hughes gets second or first. Wow. I saw the 41 there. Looks like the 50 had a terrible stop. Find your truck there. They're going way too fast for me to for me to fall out right now. So just keep an eye on your drivers, and there you go. Huge break for some of the guys deeper in the pack. Hughes and Holmes now in second. Came off 1-2. Like the 84 and 41. Got some drama happening on the backstretch there. What the heck's going on? Bit of a bunch up. I think it was... I saw a bunch of trucks stack up. A little bit of rubbing. Bit of brake checking happening, but overall
Checking to see if there's anybody that got rear-ended or not. Like everything was okay, just kind of a wacky pit exit here. Everyone's hood looks to be intact. Fairly clean race so far up to this point. We had the 80 of Charles Baker lose an engine. Other than that, everything's been pretty good. We saw the 99 kind of scraping the wall there. Not sure what was that. That was coming to the caution. I would assume everyone took 4 tires. I would have to assume these guys took 4 tires. They were on these tires for more than 25 laps. I can confirm that for you, Keith. Just take a quick look. Lovely pit angles. Ooh. 2 tires. Now that's interesting. I didn't catch that. That is a good call, Keith. I did not see that at all. Why they didn't take 4. Your eyes out. You see anyone taking lefts here? Me no. And look at some of the trucks that are still kind of deeper. I don't think so. Would have been a huge advantage if they took 4. 96 was the last one off pit road, and even he took 2 tires, so... Huh. That's interesting. Not sure why. With 18 laps to go... Didn't see anyone take 4 tires. If you guys saw it, let me know, but I did not see 1 4 tire stop there, which is super strange because that would have been a huge advantage. I mean, you would have lost about maybe 10-15 spots on pit road, but you would have easily made that up and then some with the amount of laps left to go. Silly AI. The 1 to go here. We got the 80 of Charles Baker on the inside. He is 2 laps down, 1 lap down, so very much a possibility he can get his lap back. Keith Hughes with the dynamite pit stop, getting in front of Lily Holmes. Take over first place coming off of pit road. We have another Hughes Motorsports entry in third. That'll be Jason Donovan, the rookie, beating the 41. 92 having a good stop there. Looks like the 50 of Mike Carroll was the biggest loser, at least in the top 10 or the top cars. Went from 3rd to 10th. Oh, we'll see if he can make that back up before we hit lap 74. Coming around for the final time under caution. Keith Hughes lead us to the green flag to restart this race. We're green. See what happens with Charles Baker. I'm still trying to figure out why he just slowed down on track and stopped. No engine smoke, nothing there. Gonna hold up Lily Holmes on that outside, allowing the 84 get in the inside of her. And get on the inside of her, not in the inside of her. Poor choice of words there. Holmes with the power move on the outside. What a run. Leaving Donovan behind like he was standing still. It's like those 2 tires are working a treat for her truck. A single file in the top 10. You don't want to go too wide and lose all that time. It also puts more wear on your tires. It's just to leave it for now. Carroll not advancing quickly as I thought he might. 41 Foster.
shoved to the outside there by Gordon. Gordon's having a good race for a change. It's nice to see that 24 truck up front. I think he's really done anything since, I want to say Daytona. Well, a couple races in between good finishes. Not great. I don't think Jarvie Motorsports has a top 10 yet this season. All their drivers are way down, 35th or lower. Kind of embarrassing for me to say that, but especially since I put so much money into my truck team, I kind of gave up on it, so it is what it is. 80 truck of Baker with a power move on the inside, and he's going to be back on the lead lap. Gonna hope for a nice quick caution right now. Wonder if Baker took 4 tires. Interesting if he did. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and check out his replay real quick, guys. I'm sorry, the curiosity is just too much for me to handle. Gonna check real quick. Aha! 80 did take 4 tires, so that's interesting. We're back live now, by the way. I mean, interesting, the 82 is still keeping up with the 80 with 4 fresh tires, but definitely a good strategy call by Baker there to those 4 tires. You can see the 24 now kind of on the move. Making a run on green, just trying to take his 4th spot away. Again, we can see those Jarvie Motorsport trucks kind of running in tandem. One truck in between them there, the 41. All moving in sequence here. 6 of Johnson now, right up there in the top 10. She's been having a great day so far, slowly moving toward the front after the first pit stop and then this last one. So great pit crew. Pit crew's on it today. Giving her a chance to win or possibly just get a top 10. Mike Carroll still hasn't made it up. Poor pit stop there. Cost him dearly. Oh, Cole right up there now in the top 10. And here's our point leader, Baker. They're in 12th. According to Matt, she started 28th, so 8th to 12th. Even if she finishes here, I'm going to classify that as a solid day. A track where it is extremely hard to pass. You can see Catalina Schwartz also had a bad pit stop. Didn't catch that until now. She's right there in 16th. Wasn't 4th, I think. Fighting for 4th with Mike Carroll, so bad pit stop there. Carson Hubbard 15th, making a case for the top 35 in points this afternoon. Now you can see the 80 starting to get some distance now on the 82 for fresh tires. I think the longer we go, it'll probably be more evident that that he did take those 2 lefts. Damage is probably done already, though, as there's only about 8 laps to go. By 8, I mean 6. Hughes already has a win this season. Need to boost his playoff performance here with another one. This time last season, I believe he was probably first, if not second. He led the first part of the season last year. Didn't make it to the Final Four. Heartbreaking second round of the playoffs. But he broke out and got his first win this season. Has 3 top 10s already, 2 top 5s. Not the most consistent season like last year, but I'd say the results are starting to show for this 82 team. There's going to be 4 laps to go at the line. Lily Holmes is losing ground to this 82. Kind of see the gap there. It's not a lot, but it's enough. A second. Gator view is always one of my favorites. Kind of makes you feel like you're at the racetrack. Bird's eye view. Also a great perspective cam. You can see how far they really are from each other. Speaking of far, you can see the 92 is definitely holding up the rest of this field. Just a train behind Chris Green, just doing everything he can to hold off the rest of the field here. Once again, those Jarvie trucks are all nose to tail as the 33 is coming down pit road. I saw another truck on pit road there. What is happening? Are we having late race drama once again? The 93, sorry, the 6 is on there, the 21. Are these trucks out of fuel? I'm just gonna stay on this view for the final lap because I want to make sure I don't lose any of these lead guys. The 82 comes to the line for the final lap. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Chris Green doing everything he can. Looks like we didn't have any more cars come down pit road, but that is just, oh, a disaster. I see the 84 on pit road. Keith Hughes on the backstretch for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Like Keith Hughes is going to be your Darlington winner, second time winning this season. Keith Hughes. Lily Holmes, another second place for Magnitude. 3 on the season. Chris Green getting an excellent result. 3rd place. That's going to help his campaign as well. And Jarvie Motorsports finished 4, 5, and 6. Good result there, and Baker getting 7th after all that. Oh, that really sucks for Noah Cole and John Cohen. Alan Johnson, another poor finish. What does that guy have to do to get a good run? See Julia Powell there, 40th. Those are the trucks that pit. Looks like Baker made up a few spots at the end there because of the late pitting, but the Darlington baby. Not sure if they just couldn't get enough fuel in, or I can't figure out that strategy call at all, but not a great one. Looks like running out the rest of the top 10, we had Carroll, Foster, Gill. Gill had a great second half of this race. He was way down there. And yeah. 84 ran out of gas. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. Let's just look at the last lap, because yeah, the 84 was right up there. Looked like he ran out of gas. What happened to that 84? I don't know. Quite a bit of positions there. Anyways, that was the truck race. Another exciting race at Darlington. Track is starting to put up a nice reputation of good finishes, or exciting ones anyway. We're not sure what's going to happen with the pit strategy at the end, but yeah, there we go. A little victory lane celebration. You can just pretend the 82's in there celebrating. But yeah, that was the truck race at Darlington. We're going to take a quick break and go to Xfinity right after this, also at Darlington. So just hang tight and we'll go back live for that. Hope you enjoyed the truck race. That's it for now for these guys, and we'll move on to Xfinity in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you shortly.